few years ago, the New York Times claimed that it was the one newspaper that would bring you the world. Jesus tells us that there is another way of looking at the world that is beyond the limited scope of yesterday or today's news. This world is not a spot on a map, but rather this world is any place and every place where Jesus' presence influences and determines the shape of our lives. It's called the kingdom of God, the reign of God. It's that place, it's that reality where the very words of Jesus, where the love of Jesus molds our words, our actions, our thoughts, and our patterns of behavior. Now listen to that. It's any place where Jesus is love, and we have to be aware of that love. We have to allow that love to touch every aspect of our life, where Jesus' word molds us in our thoughts, our words, and our actions every single day, so that what we are doing as a Christian community is living intentionally and consciously Jesus' way of living. There is no other way for us who claim to be Christians. There we find the kingdom of God. There the kingdom of God is made visible. We are called to live then this kingdom lifestyle in each and every day of our lives. And so we become bearers of God's kingdom. We are the ones who carry God's kingdom within us and carry it outside these doors. We can't present the gospel any longer being arrogant finger waggers and doing like James and John wanted to do, to rain down fire upon those who disagree with us or do not follow our particular way of worship or our particular creedal statements. Jesus warns his own disciples that there's no time for that. We don't have time as a Christian community to be arguing about who is right and who is wrong. Because there's an urgency about God's kingdom. There's an urgency about where we focus our lives, what direction we focus our lives, instead of wagging our fingers at everybody that disagrees with us, and somehow we separate everybody into this camp and this camp and this camp and this camp. Rather than wagging our finger, we should be pointing the way to God's kingdom by the way we live. We can't give the world good news if we mostly position ourselves as stern bearers of bad news and judgment, raining down judgment on everyone else. Our mission is to do what Jesus did. Jesus reaches out his hand and he says, "Follow me." Doesn't force us, doesn't command us. The only command Jesus ever gave was love one another. But he does ask us to follow. And so if Jesus says, "Love your enemies," our job is what? To follow. And then that means we have to love our enemies. And let God take care of the rest. If Jesus says to us, "Visit the sick," What do we need to do? Visit the sick. Let God take care of the rest of it. Our mission, as I've told you so many times, is simply to love the world in every possible way that we are able. And we need to take that from our own lives every single day. How can I love the world more? How can I love the world as God did and as God does right now, right here? If we can do that, that will be the best demonstration of the truth that God provides for us. And once again, we need to recognize that that is really, really